My name is Starla Henderson with Fronterhouse Quilts, and it's time to start our winter sampler. I've been off for a month taking care of family business. I got my son moved to Colorado and some other things taken care of, so now maybe I can think again. And he's settled and he's started school, and he's doing very well there. And so now it's time for us to start the final project in our seasonal sampler series, and that's the one that's behind me. This is the winter sampler. You saw it just before I came on screen. This is the very first quilt I made using this new technique, and I was just playing around with the flowers, playing with this technique, and I learned a lot of things that I wanted to change, which I did whenever I made the summer sampler. But it turned out to be pretty, and it turned out to be something I really liked. The poinsettia always makes me think of my grandmother. We call her Meemaw, and she died several years ago, but that was red's her favorite color, so this is one of her favorite flowers. And every time I see one, I always think of her. And these just turned out so pretty, I had to put them in a quilt. And it started out just being some experimenting, but it turned into this, and it was very improvisational. It just kind of happened. And I want you to do that too. I'm going to give you the measurements and everything that I did, but as we go through this, if you feel like it's okay, if it's, get comfortable with it, play with it. You don't have to make it the same size I did. You don't have to do it exactly the way I did. So play with this. That's one thing I like about this technique, because you end up with a whole flower, a whole unit. You can put that anywhere on this quilt you want it. You can make more, you can make less, you can make a bigger quilt, you could make a smaller quilt, however you want to do it. So we're going to start this next week. I'm going to have a supply list for you on the blog, and next week we will start with the tracing of the pattern and making our templates, which is like what we did in Summer Sampler, but this, but it's going to be the same process, so you may have already done that if you've done the Summer Sampler. This is a very simple project. In fact, the whole thing, except for the borders, which I had to think about for a while, took me about 7 days. And the only reason the borders took me some time is because I had trouble finding the fabric I wanted for the borders. But once I found that, that came together. So this is a good beginner project. If you've never appliqued before, you've not done much handwork before, this is a good place to start. So we will start with the templates next week, and I'll have a pattern ready for it to download, and I will have on the blog, look at my blog, you will find the supply list. Also, I'm going to be doing a few things a little differently during this time, so I may have other videos posting that may not be about this, but I will always post on my blog the videos for this. But I may do some more videos that may not make it to the blog, I may not post there. So subscribe to my YouTube channel so that anytime I upload a video, you can see it and know that it's up. You'll get an email. So let's do that and see how this kind of goes this time. And also check me out on Facebook, Fronterhouse Quilts, and join me on Facebook. And we'll get started with this next week. It was fun. I hope you will enjoy it as much as I did. And I'll see you next week. Thank you.